Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now, these two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10. And it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Mayfield looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. Back deep, Ray McLeod. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now Joe Mixon, and not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Burrow's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
If I'm looking at this simply an attack.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They give to Chubb out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. To throw, Mayfield. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that 1st down marker. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And this time he is in. Nick Chubb. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Josh Lambo now for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And as these guys enter play in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those done in this game.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Burrow on play action. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Oliver. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14.
Burrow. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Mayfield off the play fake. Flushed out right. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A second down throw for Mayfield. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Fourth down, Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Kings! Hurry!
Now Mayfield. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now they go play action now. Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And now they will throw it with Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
They go play action. Mayfield. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Catch made by Slayton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Play action. It's Burrow. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And they'll get this down to the 10.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on, because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Third and goal, Burrow. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down. Huge article in their local paper this morning saying how the 4 interceptions last week led them to that victory. Here they haven't been able to come up with one, and they're losing. Probably not a coincidence.
I don't think so at all. I think you're spot on, but maybe they put a little extra pressure on themselves, because the 4 interceptions last week, victory. Right now, no interceptions in this game. Had a chance for one, missed it, and they're losing. Probably feeling the pressure right now.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's go. 180. Hey, watch that. Hey, point it right, point it right, point it right.
From the gun, Mayfield. escaping the pressure right.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Who's that? Mike.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Mayfield on play action.
Throw right side taken in by the tight end, Bryant.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Mayfield looks to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Browns are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their own 44.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd
and that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From midfield now, Burrow. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Mayfield.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Going up top. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Chubb will get the call running left. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and the Bengals grab it. And now off to the races down the right side. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down.
Hey, come on alert! Come on alert! You better be ready. Don't be scared.
Check
Hey, alert 33.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Open man is Samuel, complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it.
Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion.
And he'll be out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike's about 9.
Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Mayfield. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Chubb.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
They'll run for it. Chubb. And this time he is in. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a two-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Going deep for Diggs. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Mixon with a first down carry. Fights forward at the 20. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 75 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Mixon. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Mixon. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bengals are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you do.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 35. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Again, it's Mixon. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. And they will take a knee here. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the fourth quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned